It's like, all right, hello world. It's Brittany,
It's DeJuan as well.
and we're here to discuss with you abortion or non-abortion.
Right. That is what we're here to discuss. So
So, you want to take it?
I was just telling the people that I will be addressing the topic from uh, a Christian's perspective and what the Bible will have to say about it, and how does that affect my perspective on the issue.
Okay, and I will be discussing the logical view of basically weighing out your options and knowing whether or not you can do it or you can't do it depending on your situation. And just basically saying my opinion on that.
Cool. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
All right. So, ladies first.
Okay, so I feel, well, my opinion is, let's say, off rip, I am a Christian woman, not as much as I should be. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. Me and him got a thing. We're working on that. But yeah, I off rip don't believe in abortion. I don't. I believe every child should have a chance to be born. For the simple fact that I was intended to be aborted, and I wasn't. And I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for the fact that my mom didn't even know about me till it was too late, that she couldn't abort me. So I'm blessed for that. I'm here. I feel I'm here for a reason. I know I'm here for a reason. So I don't believe in abortion. You shouldn't do it. But if I was in a situation where I knew the father was not going to be any help, I may would have some help from my parents, but actually, no, that's a lie. I wouldn't. So I would have no help on my side. It would be just me, basically, taking care of a child. Probably working two, three jobs, struggling to find a babysitter. Just thinking about all that of what the possibility could be or what the struggle could be. I'll think about it. I wouldn't make a rash decision off rip. I would think about it and think out the possibilities and weigh out my options. But if the bad overcomes the good, and I know I wouldn't be able to do it or handle it mentally or emotionally, physically maybe, but if I knew I wouldn't be able to handle it mentally or emotionally and not actually be there emotionally for that child, I'll be making it worse for them. And I wouldn't do that. And I wouldn't make it harder for me. So at that point in that aspect, yeah, I would abort. I will feel bad. I will feel guilty. But at the same time, I would know that I wasn't ready. I wasn't going to be able to handle it. And I knew I wasn't going to have any help.
All right. And my response to that, I think first we have to address and acknowledge that that's a real like struggle, and there's real pain and like hurt and stress that comes with that. I think in a lot of these conversations, people just dismiss like that aspect, like, well, that doesn't matter. It's a selfish. It's a self reason. I'm not because that a lot of people, and to dismiss their pain is inhumane and not loving. So My response to that would be if all the cards are stacked against you and you provide for the child, then we live in an era and a time and place where adoption can happen. And that would be my go-to in those situations. And we also live where there are many women and couples who can't physically produce children and have the desire to raise children. Um, so they always have that opportunity through adoption. So when you have someone who can't take care of kids, and then you have someone who wants kids who can't necessarily have them, you have that avenue for it. Uh, I said me, I don't believe in abortion because I always think there's another way around it. So that's my opening statements. That's all I got for now.
Okay. Okay. And I understand, and that is too an option. Adoption. I would consider that, but it's also that risk of you getting attached. You know, when you're pregnant, you feel the child. You sense it. You hear it. It's in you. It's a part of you. It's you. It's there. So you're gonna grow to love it, and you know it's gonna be hard. And then at the point, it's gonna be a harder decision. And you know you can choose to keep them and say that, and you can do it and now be that, or you can still choose to adopt. So I agree. You can adopt. There is adoption. There are people. There are women who can't produce and will their only dream in life is to raise children. And I understand that, and I feel for them. I have a friend who she's young. You're young, and she's at risk of not being able to have kids, and that's all she wants to do is have kids and have a family. And it's tough on her, and we're young, so it's really tough on her because it's like she has no chance, or her chance is really limited, or it's a very slim possibility that if she could conceive, it'll be hard for her to even if she could possibly carry it all the way through. So it's always a risk, and you know it's not good for her, and she hates it at the thought of her not being able to have kids because that's all she want to do.
Yeah, see that right there. That's one of the issues that like it tugs my heart. Um, Especially with when we talk about getting attached to the child. I'm a person who, yes, I'm a Christian now, but I wasn't always a Christian. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who had like pregnancy and then a miscarriage, right? So you grow attached to that child, and then to know that they're not like they're gone. It's tough. Like it's a tough decision either way to keep it, kill it, or give it away. I know, kill it is such strong language for some people, um, but it is definitely a tough decision. But from my perspective, I always think the choice of life is always the way to go. Um, the Bible says like children are an inheritance from the Lord. Like, it's life. Like a child's life is life in its purest form. So to do away with that, it's hard for me. It's like the child had no say. He or she had no argument. Not a chance was given to them to like preserve their own life. And it almost seems like the decision is always made um, for the sake of self-preservation on someone's behalf, not always just the woman, because it's a lot of men who influence the decision of abortion as well. So for me, that's just always tough to accept. And here, like I said, when I think the two options are given, it's always best to choose life in that situation.
All right, all right. We're definitely doing good over here. Wow. Oh man, that's not respond. Like I cannot respond to that. But no, you sure it's true. It's the men who influence it, and sometimes it's the girl's parents who influence, or sometimes they do it because they scared, because they don't want their parents to know.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it's being pregnant. Sometimes people they automatically say that's a mistake, and now there's a negative connotation on you when you're carrying life. And of course, from my perspective, I believe you should wait till you marry, till you start engaging in like horizontal activity. Oh, well, never mind. I won't get into all that. But like, let's not just and what I'm saying to say that a lot of people view pregnancy as a bad thing when you're not married or you're super young or whatever. So that even influences the decision. And always feel like the mistakes that you make or other people make in handling you doesn't define that situation. Um, I know we all slip up. I know we all mess up. But at the end of the day, like that's something beautiful. And I say that because even some cases are very, like it's hard to see the beauty in a situation, right? You have some people who will abort their child because the child may be a result of like rape or something. So in that case, the child itself reminds you of your hurt or whatever. That's still letting someone else's mishandling of you define who you are and who your child is. And it's a tough situation. Like I said, I'll always go life. I'm I can't support the shedding of innocent blood. So yeah.
All right, and that's true, and that's what some people do. Like I was gonna bring that up, but you brought it up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people would do it because the child will be a product of rape or anything, and that's tough and that's hard. And that some people will see it as it's a constant reminder of this happening to me and this that. And you're right. I don't think that you should because of that, or that you should let that child be that reminder because yeah, it's a product of that that forward event, and that event scarred you. But at the same time, you have to think like, well, out of a lot of bad, it's gonna be some good. So yeah, you was raped, but you got this beautiful life right here. So I've never been in a situation. I've never personally known anybody in that situation, but I know it's out there and it's happened, and it's tough. I know from what I've heard and read, it's tough. But I think it's tough in any decision, in any situation, or whatever it may be. I mean, it's just to me. I mean, me personally, I I would, but I wouldn't. So it'll be tough. But now, as I have gotten older, and I'm getting older, and now I'm starting to think that I may want kids, and so it's like I don't know. It would all depend. I don't know. Like I'm like my mind is kind of changing, but then it's still kind of still set on the either or. But I would, if I wouldn't abort, I would definitely do adoption. If
Mm-hmm.
I honestly couldn't do it, if I honestly couldn't come to grip to actually doing it, I will go with the alternative and go with the adoption route. I honestly, God would.
Yeah, yeah. Then you can have a case where these two Asian people just end up with this black baby, and it makes for interesting conversation.
Right.
Yeah, me, person, like I said, I'm biased for a lot of reasons. Of course, because of my faith, my beliefs, me losing a child already, me desiring children. Like that's one of the biggest desires I got on this side of eternity. Just because of the way my family me losing a child, I can't wait to have kids. Like I'm gonna be dad of the year every year. So, and I have people that I know, whether they be friends or relatives or whatever, that went through the abortion process. And even though it wasn't like directly related to me, I felt some type of way. Like I felt like, yo, you not only deprived that child from living, but you deprive all of us from interacting with that life.
Right.
So I mean, I think people should look at all parties. Well, it's tough for some people. For me, I got three sisters, and I love all my nieces and nephews. So some like that, so they don't need to take their brother into consideration when they're going through this. Or I have friends with children, and I love their children like they are my own or cousins and stuff like that. Some people don't have that, and that even helps them make that decision. Like, I have nobody. I'm here by myself with this kid and these bills, and the bills keep coming, and the kid don't be here. Whatever. So it's rough. But yeah, I'm biased. I'm biased. I would encourage everybody to at least uh, have the courage to go through with the pregnancy and delivering the child. And if you can't take care of it yourself, like, give it up for adoption. And hopefully one day the child can grow up and y'all can reconcile that relationship and it could be something beautiful. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
I
Yes.
try to be like a little biased. As you can see, my shirt with this super bright print says "Love is all you need." So I'm trying to be subliminal.
I was just sitting here in all black, you know. I just got off work.
Hey man, get that money.
But yeah, like yeah, I agree. I got so many nieces and nephews of friends and of friends and godchild and godchildren, and I love them all. I love each and every one of them, and they growing on me to the point to where I want to have one just so they have somebody to play with and they leave me alone.
Hey man. See, that's the thought they give me. If I could look at my niece or my nephew and like, if they weren't here because they were aborted, like, yo, that would suck. Like, I wouldn't have got that chance to interact with that life, that person. So,
Or, yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, it's crazy. And I just got little cousins and god kids, and I can not imagine them not. It's like it's like the moments. You think about the moments and the memories you got with them, and then just imagine them not being there. All this just being erased, and it's like, well,
yeah. And that is like, in no way am I trying to dismiss the hurt that it feels for somebody to go through with that. Because I'm pretty sure there's not, for the most part, there's not someone who's just,
right, just done. Oh,
yeah, just like smiling through the whole process. Like, yeah, this is my fourth one this month.
Right, no, you don't, no, that's not good. I'm pretty, well, no, if she's
I
gonna,
hope there's not. I know there's struggle that goes with that decision, and even after that decision, and face it. Not for the rest of your life. You stuck with that what if question. Uh, what could have been, and that's torture in itself. Like, not that I wish torture on anyone. I'm not one of those send everybody to hell Christians, but that's torture. Like, so even for those people who made that decision and regret it, like, I would say don't allow yourself to stay stuck in that situation, and don't let that moment define you. Yeah, that was it. I was about to go on a tangent, like this real deep, like nah.
I felt it. I was
I,
like, go, he's about to go.
I
I felt it.
felt I felt the emotion rise up a little
I
bit,
felt
but
it. I felt it. I felt feeling it with you. I felt it.
yeah,
But yeah, like I know it's not hard. Like I've experienced it. Like I had a friend. She just miscarried twins. She
that's
miscarried one week and then the other one the next week, and I felt it. Like I felt the pain. I felt it. Like I was like, wow. I couldn't imagine that. Like I've witnessed my mom go through it. My mom My mom has been Lord have mercy. She's had her share of abortion. I personally had told her I kind of wish she had some of them, if not all of them, because I'm like I'm an only child on my mom's side, and that's the only side I've been around. I got like six sisters on my dad's side, but as far as I've grown up, I was raised as an only child with a single parent. So yeah, I wished I had brothers and sisters. I really do. I wish I did.
you could have borrowed some of mine.
I
Nah, I love them.
make family out of my friends and their family. So I'm good. I got enough family to last me a lifetime. But no, I told my mom like I really wish you had at least a few of them. I mean, and even she just said it the other day when we talked. She said my grandma told me that one day I was gonna regret having all them abortions, and I do.
Yeah,
Like she regretted, and but it's like at this point she kind of can't go back because now she has burnt her tubes.
and that's one of the things. Like, once life is taken, like it can never be given back. Like, it's gone.
So,
Um, like, even to an extent, the adoption process is reversible if you come into better situations. But yeah, yeah, I'm fighting to not get like this super emotional speech.
right, me too. I was really trying not to either,
I'm an emotional guy, so
but it's true. It's true. It's just crazy because I mean it's an emotional topic.
it
At
is.
some point, at a certain point, it's an emotional topic. When you really think about it, once you really get into it,
Yeah,
it's
it's
serious.
it's not a walk in the park.
Not a walk in the park at all.
So yeah, hopefully, hopefully, we start to see a decline in this. That would be my personal like desire. That we start to see a decline in the number of abortions in Planned Parenthood, especially considering the fact of the target demographic for that. Like, it's it's definitely a urban targeted, like,
Oh,
but yeah, that ain't none of my business. But it's
yeah.
but yeah. So that's my stance on the matter and whatnot.
Yeah. So I mean, we got two biased people here.
Yes, and I didn't pull out like 75 Bible scriptures and nobody here
Ain't
smack a
nobody start
death.
screaming. Ain't nobody threaten nobody to go to hell.
Nope, nope. So yeah,
So yeah,
that was that.
that's that. So I mean, I hope we open some eyes and open some ears.
Hopefully. I said my last encouragement to everyone is just just give that decision more thought. Uh, really think about everything that goes into that and that will result from it. And like I said, if you already made that decision, don't let that moment define you. I am a man of much faith and faith in the God of redemption and forgiveness, and there's always a new way to see life and a new perspective to see yourself in. So yeah, that's it. That's my very abridged way of saying I love you because I love Jesus. So it's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be okay. I love you because I love Jesus, and that's true. Like, yeah. I mean, I like to see it decline, but I also like to see these young girls be safe. Like,
Yes,
for real,
but
please.
but see, that's addressing the root of the issue,
That's the root of the issue. Be safe.
and
Protect
that may be
yourself.
video. Yeah, that
Like,
might be
be
all.
safe. Be good. Give it thought. Think it all the way through. And like Juan said, if you already made that decision, don't let it hold on to you forever.
Nope.
All right. So that's it, world. Thanks for listening on our discussion.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So,
it.
so yeah.
All right. Peace and love.
Yeah, right.